It looks like for Arsenal, the summer window is about to be open for real. A massive twist in the saga for Rodrygo and also for Viktor Gyökeres. We'll talk about that. It looks like the window might end with Gyokeres, Rodrygo, and Zubamendi. But before we talk about this and tell you all about it, what happened in the last 24 hours and what do I think, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course. If you are new here, we're on the way to 35,000 subscribers. So make sure like the video. It looks like thumbs up underneath the video, of course, and let me know in the comments what you think. It looks like Rodrygo has taken a twist at Real Madrid, of course. He wanted to stay, but do Real Madrid want him to stay? That it doesn't look like it. And also the price is set, and we'll talk about the price, of course, for Rodrygo. And all I have to tell you is that maybe Arsenal were waiting for the right moment to actually go on and try to hunt and get Rodrygo at the Emirates for next season. We all know that Arsenal need a left winger badly. We all have heard that Martinelli is for sale, but also we have heard, all of us, that Viktor Gyökeres is the second option for Arsenal. Arsenal prefer Cisco. We'll talk about that as well. But all I have to say is that there is talks lately that Rodrygo is not in the plans to be a starter for Real Madrid next season under the new manager of Xabi Alonso. And we all know that this is a World Cup here for Brazil. It's 2026 in America. And Rodrygo needs to start to guarantee a starting place for the Brazilian national team. That is paired with Rodrygo wanting to play on that left side or in the center. But it looks like there's going to be Mbappe, there's going to be Arda Güler, there's going to be Vinicius Jr. It looks like Rodrygo doesn't have a spot as a starter at Real Madrid. And I think that will impact the decision of him staying at Real Madrid. The valuation for Real Madrid is 100 million pounds. However, lately, as it was reported, it looks like Real Madrid, based on sources in Spain, that they are willing to accept about 75 million pounds, which is about 90 million euros. And all I have to say, that is something that maybe Arsenal need to do, because you cannot get a better winger for that price in the current market. And Arsenal really need a left winger. And if they can get Rodrygo, there is the talk about the salary. We'll talk about that in a bit. Do you think Rodrygo comes in and unlocks that left side and makes Arsenal with Saka an attacking force that is comparable to the ones at City, to the ones at Liverpool with Wirtz, with Mohamed Salah? I want to know what you guys think for real. Do you think Rodrygo, along with one of Cisco's or Gyokeres, is enough to make Arsenal one of the strongest attacks in the Premier League, as they are aiming to win the Premier League? That is, of course, the aim to win the Premier League or the Champions League, but I think the league is their main target next season. There were talks on Andrea Berta, as you see in front of you, has had actually talks with Rodrygo camp representative. It looks like Arsenal are willing to make him one of the biggest earners at the club with 300k, like the William Saliba and Bukayo Saka deals, and they are willing to pay his wages. Is that gonna be enough to lure him into Arsenal? I think so. What I want to say is that are Arsenal an attractive enough project for Rodrygo to go there and try to win trophies there? I actually think so. I think Mikel Arteta can convince the player to join Arsenal to be the starting left winger for the Gunners, of course, next season. They are aiming to win the league and the Champions League. And I think the wages might not be a problem for them. If they pay Kai Havertz that much money, if they want, they have to pay Saka. He's one of their best players, that much money. I genuinely believe that Rodrygo really, like, he deserves that money. He doesn't deserve to be less than Kai Havertz or Bukayo Saka or William Saliba or anyone. And the club, what Rodrygo offers to Arsenal is something that is maybe similar to what they have in terms of pressing. He's like Martinelli. He presses so hard. He works so hard. We have seen him at Real Madrid go up and down the line, cover for his teammates, cover for Mbappe and for Vini Jr. But what he offers way more than Martinelli or Trossard is clutch moments. Rodrygo have had a lot of clutch moments. I believe that Rodrygo can get Arsenal 12 to 15 points on his own next season. And that is something that Arsenal lacks at the current moment. The only player that I think is the difference maker offensively for Arsenal is Bukayo Saka. Other than this, all the rest are just squad players. And I believe that Rodrygo can win a game on his own if he's playing against a low block. I genuinely believe that he is the one, along with Bukayo Saka. So you can have two weapons on each side. Each one of them can actually unlock a low block and can actually win you some points, because some games we have seen Arsenal struggle to score some goals, and we have seen Arsenal struggle to break low blocks. And maybe because they only have Saka, having Rodrygo is something that is actually going to add a lot to their team. The other twist that we want to talk about is it looks like Arsenal might back out from the deal for Benjamin Sesko. He has been their main target for the last year, of course, from last summer. It looks like he actually is the value. They don't want to honor the deal. RB Leipzig don't want to honor the deal that they told Benjamin Sesko that he can leave for less for this. And it is reported that actually he has a high wage demand from Arsenal. And actually, there were reports that I'm not sure about. Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard other Arsenal fans talk about it, and other reporters saying that he wants to put a release clause in his contract for the Arsenal that he can leave after 1 year for 20% more than what Arsenal will pay. Basically, he is telling Arsenal, I don't trust you, and if I don't like the club, I want to leave for only 20% of what you have paid for me. Basically, he wants to use Arsenal as a stepping stone. If you have a player's mentality like this, you don't want that player to be at your club. That is reported. I repeat, I don't know if that's true or not. These are the reports that I've been reading for the last 24 hours. And if that is the case, of course, Arsenal have to turn their attention to the player who wants to be there so badly. Viktor Gyökeres, the 54 goals guy last season, he wants your club. He wants to play for Arsenal. And it looks like, as it is reported, that Viktor Gyökeres actually he's waiting for another bid. I think he is going to push harder than Cisco to leave Sporting Lisbon to go to Arsenal. He is someone who wants to play for Arsenal. Miguel Delaney has reported that he told his friends that he will be moving to Arsenal next season, like this summer, and he will be an Arsenal player next season. I believe that Arsenal have the upper hand because Gyokeres wants to go. Gyokeres is not going to play for Sporting Lisbon again. Arsenal are biding their time. Arsenal are actually waiting to see if Viktor Gyokeres can convince Sporting Lisbon to let him go for the money that they promised him that he's going to leave for. The physical striker, the goal scoring machine, the sheer power that this guy offers for Arsenal, I believe there will actually be absolutely a massive upgrade on what they have today. Listen, Rodrygo and Gyokeres, if both signs, that is an absolutely amazing front line with Bukayo Saka, Viktor Gyokeres, and Rodrygo. They're absolutely fantastic. Rodrygo offers the width. Viktor Gyokeres offers the strength and the physicality and the goal threat in the middle. For the salary, who cares? If only the salary will be brought up if they don't perform. If they perform, nobody mentions transfer fees, nobody mentions wages. That is all what happens all the time. It's only mentioned if you don't perform. The negotiations Andrea Berta are actually doing, waiting for Rodrygo's decision. If Real Madrid is going to sell, I believe that his destination might be Arsenal. For Viktor Gyökeres, as I mentioned, it's all about him convincing Sporting Lisbon to actually let him go for cheaper. Listen, all I have to say is that will provide a spark for the squad. It will be a phenomenal addition to the team of Arsenal that have come close to winning the title over the last 2 years. At the end, Arsenal need these two signings. If they get these two guys across the line and they get them at the club, I believe that the team will go next season galvanized. They will actually try to win the league. No one can guarantee you the league, but at least you give yourself the best shot when you actually sign the top players that everyone is talking about. Rodrygo definitely provide clutchness, like he's a winner. He won the Champions League and La Liga with Real Madrid. Viktor Gyökeres as well, the sheer power and the will to actually run and be physical is something that Arsenal might need up top. Yes, they have Kai Havertz, but I believe that Viktor Gyökeres is better. Are Arsenal waiting? Everyone is criticizing slow window, but maybe Arsenal are waiting to get the right signings for the right money across the line. We'll have to wait and see, but I believe the signs are there. It looks like it might be Viktor Gyökeres and Rodrygo across the line. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Do you think these two signings can actually take Arsenal across the line? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next video.